Welcome to Failed Experiment Shark Week, where I show that sharks aren't weak, but are actually pretty cool and interesting. Because I'm a dork. There are going to be 3 episodes, as of which today, Monday, is the first, and there will be others on Wednesday and Friday. Today's episode is going to be about one of my favorite ocean topics, the deep ocean. Specifically, deep sea shark species. For this video, I'll focus on a core 5 sharks based on popularity and my own personal interest and biases. The Goblin Shark, Frilled Shark, Greenland Shark, Megamouth Shark, and Portuguese Dogfish. The Goblin Shark, as you probably already guessed, is named after the fact that it looks like a goblin due to their long extended snouts like French people. I'm French, I can say that. Goblin sharks are actually what are known as living fossils, being surviving members of a 125 million year old family of sharks. This rarely seen species typically grows 10 to 13 feet long, the longest ever was 20 feet, and are estimated to live up to 60 years. Oftentimes you can find these sharks at depths of around 330 feet near continental slopes, submarine canyons, and seamounts. However, they are believed to dive to depths down to 4,270 feet. Wowza, that's almost as deep as the Sonic lore canon. To find them, you'll have to be in these areas on screen. Wow, that's a lot I'm not willing to read off, and you can pause to read instead. Ready? Hope you did that if you want to by now, because I'm moving on. The diet of these sharks consists mainly of teleost, or jawbone fish, cephalopods, and crustaceans that they catch with their greatly extending jaws. Looks like Squidward trying a Krabby Patty. Next we have one of my personal favorite sharks and another living fossil, the frilled shark. With its primitive eel-like traits, the frilled shark reaches a length of 6.6 feet, has 300 curved needle-like teeth, and only has 6 gill slits, whereas most shark species have 5. The 300 teeth are used to shred cephalopods, smaller sharks, and bony fish that it captures at night when it comes to the surface to feed. This is known as deal vertical migration. The depths they come up from often range from above 3,900 feet but can be 5,150 feet. There is one difference, however, in the frilled sharks of Suruga Bay, Japan, where they can be found at depths of 160 to 660 feet. Everywhere else they are found at deeper depths are here. Look at this dude though, I love him. He's so wiggly and funnily old looking, like a long burlap sack snake. The Greenland shark, also known as the gray shark, is pretty interesting. As you might have guessed by them being called the Greenland shark, yes, they are found up north. They are mostly restricted to surface waters down to depths of 7,200 feet in North Atlantic and Arctic waters, although they have been found as far south as Cuba, the Gulf of Mexico, and eastern North Carolina at the wreck of the SS Central America. The Greenland shark is also one of the largest species of living fossil sharks, growing up to 24 feet long, though the most often 21 feet, and the most commonly found length is 8 to 16 feet. Growing large takes them literal decades, even centuries too. Greenland sharks grow at a rate of only a quarter to a half an inch each year, over several hundred years. Yes, this shark has the longest known lifespan of all vertebrate species, being between 250 to 500 years. The oldest specimen found was estimated to be about 392 plus or minus 120 years old at the time of discovery, being born between 1504 and 1744. That's almost as old as my parents. The Greenland shark feasts mostly on fish, but also has been seen eating several other species or found with them in its stomach. Smaller sharks, skates, eels, herring, capelin, Arctic char, cod, rosefish, sculpins, lumpfish, wolffish, flounders, seals, polar bears, moose, and reindeer. The largest terrestrial animals at the end there were probably scavenged, as a shark is known as a scavenger that will feast on the carcasses of dead animals that it has access to. It also tends to hunt prey that are asleep and will eat them whole by sucking them into its gullet. Yummy. However, the Greenland shark is not only a hunter, but also hunted. Greenland shark meat is eaten as a delicacy in Iceland after its meat, which has trimethylamine N oxide in it, making it toxic, is treated. That there toxic meat is finger-licking good, if I do say so myself. I've never eaten it, this is a joke. Next up is the Megamouth Shark, not to be confused with the Megamouth Shark. Rarely seen by humans, the shark is sometimes mistaken for the extinct megalodon and was discovered as recently as 1976, with fewer than 100 specimens having ever been observed or caught. These filter feeders, meaning they skim the water for food, namely plankton and jellyfish for the megamouth, grow up to 18 feet, making them the smallest of the 3 surviving filter-feeding sharks, behind the whale and basking sharks. They typically only swim at around 0.9 to 1.3 miles per hour, at 390 to 520 feet deep during the day and 39 to 82 feet at night in these waters. Wow, so many areas. The lifespan of this shark is still unknown due to the lack of sightings and its discovery being only 46 years ago. So instead, I'll leave you with a comparison of it and an automaton. Our final shark is the Portuguese dogfish, which, despite its name, is indeed a shark, a species of sleeper shark to be precise. The Portuguese dogfish is the deepest found species of shark, being found anywhere between 490 to 12,057 feet deep, and being the most common between 1,300 and 6,600 feet on the lower continental slopes and abyssal plains in this extensive list of locations. These sharks have vision that is optimized for detecting bioluminescence, since sunlight does not penetrate deep enough to reach its habitat, where it feeds on mainly cephalopods and fish, but also invertebrates and cetacean carrion. Males grow up to be 3 to 3.3 feet in length, while females can grow up to 4 feet long. Portuguese dogfish are also thought to live up to 70 years old. Now that's something to bark about. And thus marks the end of the first Shark Week video. I hope you learned something new. I'll be going forward with historical happenings after this. Now if you'll excuse me, I have to go get my Magnus Schlongitis checked out. I'll see you all in the next video when I cover, drumroll please, ancient sharks.